where visionaries, entrepreneurs, and artists dream, transform, and create. You are listening to the Miracle Moment podcast, where your breakthrough is a moment away. I'm your host, Rae Irelan.
We are here. We have made it. This is episode 100 of Miracle Moment. Wow, this has been such a journey. Oh my goodness. It has been about 3 years in the making and so much consistency, so much commitment to get this far. And I have to tell you, when I started, I did not necessarily think I would get to 100 episodes. Even when I was at 50 episodes, I did not think I would necessarily get to 100 episodes. But that's the amazing exponential growth that gets to happen when you just stay committed and you keep showing up. And really, that's what I've done. I've brought in various teams to support me in this mission of sharing my stories, tips, and tricks, bringing on incredible guest speakers from around the world. I mean, it has just been this insane vault. It's like a miracle moment is this vault of just wisdom and knowledge and stories. And it is so cool that we're here at this moment. And, starting off the new year with this energy, I just absolutely love it. There's going to be a lot of things shifting and changing in the episodes to come. There's new ideas, new branding, just, it's time for a next 100 episodes to happen. So we'll see what that looks like. But I'm excited to come on here today and share with you my top 10 lessons that I've learned from recording 100 podcast episodes. And wow, just as I was reflecting, I mean, it just really is wild. So, okay, let's dive in. Number one, if sharing your story can change one person's life, why wouldn't you? This is what I've realized time and time again. And, especially in the beginning, just being like, okay, I'm going to put this out there. I don't know if anyone's going to listen at all. And then as the miracle moment grew and evolved, it first of all started off being the soul aligned show and then got clarified into the miracle moment about halfway through. Like we were around like episode 50 when that shift changed. Um it it's always been a journey of like, is anyone going to listen to this? Are people listening? Are they really getting it? And I got to tell you, as the numbers grew and grew, I got more and more excited, of course. But the thing is in the beginning, I remember receiving like one message here and there from someone that would just be like, that episode just totally shifted my day. Thank you so much. And that's what it comes down to is one person. The numbers, 20 people, 200 people, 2,000 people, it starts to get intangible because it's hard to imagine that many people are listening to this podcast. But when I think of each single individual person that gets to be impacted, that is so cool. And that's the power of storytelling. Number two is it does not have to be perfect. I definitely started this journey off telling that to myself, and yet I still wanted it to be perfect and I wanted it to sound good. And I did, retakes and all sorts of crazy stuff, time consuming stuff that just was totally unnecessary. And what I've landed on today is something that's just super simple and sweet. And it's just me and you. You as my listener, and I imagine you sitting across from the table while I'm recording every single podcast, and it's just us and the microphone, and that's it. And we're just having a conversation, and I'm just a human, and I'm gonna say and like and mess up and lose my train of thought, and that's all okay because the essence is gonna be there, and the energy will be there. And for number three, even though it doesn't have to be perfect, there definitely should be a plan. There should be a focus, there should be a direction. I like to sway between my like more masculine energy and my feminine energy all the time in life, business. I even like look back into, the way that I was in relationship and partnership and dating men, dating women. Like I've just always had that. I love like the balance and the dynamicism, if that's a word, of being able to play with different energies. And so, as it doesn't have to be perfect, it also should have a plan and a focus. When there is that direction, it's like I'm sitting in the pilot seat. I'm really guiding where the show's going. I'm guiding what you're listening to, and it helps create a frame around the conversation that really just helps it land. So, definitely suggest, and I learned this through not doing it and kind of floating around, being like, okay, wait, what are we doing here? What is the intention? What's the purpose? Number four is to bring on guests who truly inspire you and that you love. I noticed at the beginning, I did want to bring on guests that I thought would help grow the show, um, guests that people said I should have on the show, things like that, that they didn't have like a deep relationship with me. And what I found is as I started shifting my perspective on what this podcast could be for me, I realized this could be a cool time to just have a deeper, intentional conversation with people that I'm truly inspired by, people that I love, people that are in my life. And that's when everything really started to shift because I started showing up to these recordings, especially with guests, so excited. And I would be like, ooh, what are we going to talk about today? And like, what kind of juice is going to come out? And this is going to be awesome. And so I really got to connect with this more excited energy of, wow, I get to have this. I get to host this show and bring on really whoever I want because it's a platform that I've created as compared to the earlier stages where I was like, okay, I need to build this so that way more people can hear it. And it just doesn't work. It doesn't, it's not the energy that you really want for any type of show or really anything you're doing, right? Um, Number five, know how you want your listeners to feel and set that intention before every recording. And so, this is something that I started doing once we shifted into calling the show the Miracle Moment as compared to the Soul Line show, because I realized I was like, wow, I really want to deliver and create and curate a space where people can have miracle moments immediately, like in their everyday life. And I want to talk about miracle moments. I want to talk about the miracles of life, big or small, and get us into that frequency. That feels fun to me. That's the energy I want to be playing in every day. So why not share this with others? And as I got clarity on this intention that I wanted my listeners to have, I would also share that with every single guest before they came on. And it made every single recording just feel special and unique and like a true gift that I was giving back to humanity. The next one, what number are we on? Number six. Number six is stay committed. So it definitely wasn't always easy to get these podcasts out. If you've been following me and with me for a while, I'm a traveler, I'm a gypsy. I don't always have the best podcast recording tools and technology. I'm moving from house to house. I'm all over the place. I have things going on, my book, programs, family stuff. But I stayed committed and I stayed the course. And what helped me in staying committed was hiring and getting support. So outside support was basically the only way that I was able to keep this so consistent because I had to stay consistent and be there for them, be there for people that I hired. And so don't be afraid to invest or, hire out for your podcast. It is so worth it. And And sometimes it fluctuates too. Sometimes I needed more support than others. Other times I was like, I actually want to like dive back in and like do some rebranding and do it myself. And so it kind of flowed depending on the season of life that I was in. But knowing that, okay, at any point I can hire out to help this show stay consistent. If consistency is my goal, I will do whatever it takes, is basically the key piece. So, number 7 is share it. This sounds super simple, very easy, but this is really the last step that sometimes gets forgotten, especially for you other quick starters out there. You know, I'm a quick starter. I love starting new projects and kicking it off. And then usually it's like the last 80-90% of anything is really difficult to accomplish and achieve. That's just me. I know others are better and have higher capacities for their follow through skills. But for me, it was really important to remember and to really create a game plan on how I was going to share the episodes because I could do all the work. I could record it. I could come up with the theme. I could do the branding. I could talk to the people, have the guests up. I could even like have the post ready to go. And then I just don't share it. And I was noticing that was coming up a bit um, about halfway through, especially as if I would get busy. And or, you know, I was either busy or I was like a little bit nervous to share it in the beginning. I was like, I don't want to share this with people. I don't want to bother them. But that is the final step, is sharing it with people so they can hear it and asking them to share it themselves as well. All right. Number 8 is to be courageous, to be silly and playful, and really just like show your true colors instead of trying to sound professional at the beginning. If anyone was with me from the very beginning, you may have noticed a shift in just how I show up. I was really trying to be so professional. I'd write out all the content ahead of plan and just I wanted to deliver something and my heart was in it so strongly that I wanted it to be just this really high quality thing. And what I realized throughout recording 100 episodes is that if you want to stay consistent and you want to really be able to connect with your listeners in this real way, it's important to just be me, which me is not always the business me. That's one element of me, but there's multiple sides and archetypes that I like to try on and some aren't as professional as others. So that means cussing in an episode or making a mistake or using a silly voice or whatever that is, telling a joke, you know, being yourself is really just so important in all of life, right? Yeah. Yep. All right. Number 9. I got this one. Number 9. I got this one from my partner, Sammy Shoebox Moses, who was a guest just a few months ago. And he has a podcast company called Evolved Podcasting, and he helps just incredible thought leaders, health experts, and celebrities share their podcasts and get it to the top 100s. And so he is a genius at podcast production and really what goes behind the scenes of telling your story within a podcast. Something that he came up with, and I didn't ask him if I could share this, but I'm sure it's fine, which is create cliffhangers. Create cliffhangers because then that will keep people interested in wanting to hear and find out more. Um, Cliffhangers are also really fun to think about. They're like a playful, witty way to keep the episode connected, to keep you connected to your audience, and to bring this really like artistic, creative approach to podcasting as well. So it's more like a show, a Netflix series that you might be binging out on. And binge is his signature process that he brings his clients through. So, yeah, a little plug in for him there. If you are looking for someone to be producing your podcast, or he even has some programs that you can do if you're just getting started and you want to have a little bit of help and direction. There's all sorts of steps. So go to evolvedpodcasting.com. And number 10, this is an advanced move. I did not get this until probably like around like episode 70, something like that. So it was towards the end where I realized, wait, I can use my episodes to be intentional with everything else that I'm doing in my business, AKA my life, because I truly believe my life is my work, not my work is my life. And I try and bring as much holistic integration of life and business as possible. So here's what I realized. I can tie this all together. I can tie the episodes that I'm recording. I can tie the guests that I'm bringing into the themes that we're talking about into the business themes that I'm sharing on for that season, even the things that I'm selling, courses, programs, products. So that way the message is congruent with everything else I have going on. And usually whatever I'm selling is in correlated energy to what I'm experiencing in life. Just the last episode that that was shared with Tasha Wall, we were talking about this, using the energy that you're currently experiencing and then allowing offers to be birthed from there instead of trying to do something that maybe you think will totally work or has worked in the past, but your energy's not there, and trying to put your energy into a different spot. So this is a great way where you can use podcasting to really like be a beautiful bow and like the bow on top of a present, like connecting it all together. So there's this synergistic message that you're sharing. So I started doing that, yeah, like halfway through last year, and it totally just changed the game. It changed the intention. It changed the energy of the podcast, but also my social media posts, my emails, my process for selling. Oh my gosh, it really changed everything. And it helped me just fall deeper and deeper in love with podcasting. So I wanted to share these top 10 lessons with you. Those are them. They just have revolutionized how I see sharing your story via podcasting, how important it can be. And I look forward to another. I mean, I'm like scared to say, I'm like, are we going to do another 100 episodes of this podcast? I can't guarantee it, but I look forward to sharing more time, more space with you all on the Miracle Moment. It has truly been an honor to be here with you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for leaving your reviews. Thank you for sharing and commenting and sending me messages, letting me know how the show has impacted you in your life. And if you haven't, then go do it. Go give us the 5 stars, give us some comments. Let me know what have you taken away from this show? That will really support in its continuation and fuel it with energy of community and collaboration. So sending you all my love, my blessings, and a big celebratory kiss and hug, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't yet, so you can stay up to date for new episodes coming out soon. And remember to witness and acknowledge the miracles and magic in every moment. This is Rae Irelan, and I'll see you soon.